What's up, y'all? I'm Kelly, giving you the rundown on what happened last week in St. Louis City and St. Louis County governments, because y'all already know if we already ready, we ain't got to get ready. So let's get into the rundown, y'all. So we are starting it off with St. Louis County. The first highlight: every year, St. Louis County has a budget season, and we are in it officially, with County Executive Sam Page sending the County Council his office's proposed 2024 budget for their review. Now, this document is hella long, y'all. It's hundreds of pages. I'll be sure to provide a link somewhere on this post for people if y'all really want to review the whole thing. But for this convo, I'm just going to highlight a few items. So first, the total proposed budget is $1.02 billion. The total operating budget, which is how residents get their services, that's $763.7 million, which is a decrease, y'all, of about $14 million or 1.8% from last year. Now, something else in Sam Page's proposed budget is an increase in property taxes. Dead ass, y'all. I ain't playing. And that comes out to an extra $22 a year for households. Also, something else in Sam Page's proposed budget is the reduction of about 26 positions in the health department, which is a 4% decrease for that department. Now, the total budget, it doesn't include some of the coins that St. Louis County got. So I'm talking about the RAM settlement coins, and they got $169 million. And the budget also doesn't include the opioid settlement coins that the county got. So the county's slated to receive a total of about $45 million of that coin, and they've gotten their first installment of about $4.8 million. Now, those coins from both of those settlements will continue generating interest in some account over there to the side until, quote, comprehensive spending plans are developed on what to do with them. Now, so far, the only feedback from the St. Louis County Council on Page's proposed 2024 budget has come from Councilwoman Webb, because she ain't checking for the fact that Page eliminated ShotSpotter, reducing about $718,000 from the county budget. And for y'all that don't know, ShotSpotter is a gunshot detection technology, and the point of it is to help law enforcement agencies respond to, investigate, and deter crime. Now, Councilwoman Webb, she hollered at County Executive Page via email, expressing her issue, her beef with this budget cut. And I'm going to read a part of her letter because I want y'all to hear, these are her words, okay? Dear Sam Page, upon review of the budget that you submitted last week, I noted that the ShotSpotter program that is so vital to North County was being eliminated. When I asked Chief of Operations Deanna Vinker why this was the case, she stated that the police determined that they didn't need it and that it was not worth the money that was being paid. That is quite contradictory to both the feedback from the North County precinct as well as the data that I and the community receive regularly from our quarterly town hall meetings. It is not lost on me that the ShotSpotter program is only in North County, and it seems as if, once again, North County is cast aside, forgotten, or specifically targeted with cuts of much needed services. Even the progress of the new police precinct construction is lagging far behind the precinct in the 3rd Council District, even though they began at the same time. The 3rd District precinct is almost 70% complete, while the 1st District precinct barely has a slab on the ground. This is completely unacceptable and sends a message to our constituents that they do not matter. They matter to me, Dr. Page, and I will do everything in my power to ensure their safety and security, despite this blatant attempt to leave North County behind. I ask that the ShotSpotter program be allowed to continue to work for the people in District 4, and I look forward to feedback from your office. Thank you. Whew. Now, I'm gonna say I've heard mixed reviews about the effectiveness of ShotSpotter. I have. It's a bit of a mixed bag, okay? But from an optics perspective, it's not a good look. The program is only in North County, and you want to cut it. But what do I know, right? What do y'all think? How do y'all feel about that? So aside from the ShotSpotter, right, what's next with the budget? So the county council, they're hear from all the departments and their proposed budgets, and the county council, they'll have to approve a balanced budget by December 31st. So I'll keep y'all posted. And our second highlight, y'all remember not too long ago when we talked about the really bad allegations regarding the mistreatment of the youngins in the county's Juvenile Detention Center? It was discussed that the county could only do so much to address the issue since the juvenile detention facility is operated by the state of Missouri. My bad, the state of Missouri. Sorry. Well, there's been a follow-up on this issue. Check out this clip from Councilman Tracus concerning his efforts to get to the bottom of what's going on.
Yes, this is a letter I sent to Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey, requesting that he investigate the operations of the St. Louis County Juvenile Detention Center. As I said in the letter, and the allegations that we've heard recently here in the council, if they are true, the center is in clear violation of the Missouri Supreme Court order, as well as rule governing the operation of juvenile detention centers in Missouri. It's a matter that merits investigation. Obviously, we're not going to be able to do it here. So I'm hoping the Attorney General will accept my request and open an investigation.
Now, will the Missouri Attorney General respond? Will he open up an investigation to look into what's really going on? We shall see. Y'all know folks in Jefferson City don't check for us in St. Louis, but maybe having his fellow Republican, Councilman Tracus, hitting him up, reaching out and inquiring, maybe we'll get a follow-up. So to be continued on that, y'all, to be continued. And the last highlight I got for you.
Yes, this is a letter.
Not sure if y'all heard, but about a month ago, somebody hacked REJIS, aka the Regional Justice Information System, and it was completely down for like 24 hours. Now, this system is used to look up court cases, issue changes, process folks in the criminal justice system, among probably some other stuff I don't know about. And it's used by the police department, prosecutors, courts, correctional institutions, and folks working in probation and parole. This system being hacked is not good, y'all. It's really not. At last week's meeting, the St. Louis County Council approved a $5 million allocation from the county's emergency fund to make sure that this hacking-ish don't happen again. All right, we are moving along with the city rundown. So the first highlight, the city is looking to hold business owners with large vacant buildings accountable to securing property through Alderwoman Spencer's Board Bill 123. This bill, it was discussed in the Housing, Urban Development, and Zoning Committee meeting, and if passed, it will authorize the building commissioner to secure vacant buildings with 500,000 or more square feet, so big ass buildings, y'all, that pose concerns to the health, safety, and well-being to the public. This securing of the building, it can include a variety of things, such as using steel barriers or plates so folks don't just, waltz up into that mug. And it could also mean hiring security guards to patrol the property. Whatever the building commissioner does to, again, secure that building, the property owner, the owner of that building, would have to run the city back its coins. Now, Alderwoman Spencer, she mentioned that this is kind of a pilot, right? It's a little bit of a pilot effort. And it's really, it's specifically targeting the Railway Exchange building downtown on 6th or 7th and Locust, which it caught fire on October 6th. And so the pictures you see on the slide, those are the firemen responding to the fire. So the owner apparently had a security company that was patrolling the property until the middle of the summer, and then, yeah, for whatever reason, the patrolling it stopped. So this bill is looking to focus on some of the larger privately owned buildings, and then going from there, I'm assuming, to some of the smaller privately owned buildings to hold these owners accountable, and to prevent fires and other dangers that these vacant buildings present to communities. So how would this billing situation for the property owners work? There was discussion of the owners getting billed monthly, having a certain amount of time that they have to pay the coins, and if they don't, then there'd be a lien or a debt on the property. Other alders suggested that the cost be applied to the owner's property taxes to make sure them folks actually pay whatever the fees are. Ultimately, the bill, it was passed out of the committee and it will head to the full board of aldermen for their approval. The second highlight, and I can't lie, y'all, I'm actually happy about this one. So to my city folks, y'all remember when we had those primary elections in March for members of the Board of Aldermen, and some of the wards only had 2 candidates on the ballot? And then we had to turn right around a month later in April to vote between them same 2 candidates. And it was people that had 1 person on the ballot for both elections. Just, yeah. So Alderwoman Clark Hubbard's bill 87, if passed, would do away with primary elections, with primary elections like that. And instead, folks would head straight to the general election if there are 2 or less folks on the ballot running for mayor, comptroller, board of aldermen, president, and alderman. The bill, it was passed out of committee with the support of the Democratic and Republican directors for the Board of Elections and the League of Women Voters. It will head to the full Board of Aldermen for their approval. Y'all, and if this bill is passed, hopefully this will encourage folks, more folks to get to the polls for our very important local elections. And the last city highlight, the full Board of Aldermen discussed the bills that will regulate short-term rentals, aka Airbnbs. This discussion, it was hella long, y'all. It was probably about 2 hours long. Now, something that kept coming up among the Board of Aldermen members can easily be summed up by this clip from Alderman Vollmer.
When anyone wants to open a business in my neighborhood, I said, where do you live? I said, why does that matter? I said, give me your address and let's put this right next door to your house and see how the hell you feel about it. Because what's going to happen to you every day when there's 20 guys throwing beer cans over your fence, urinating in the backyard, and having a wild party when you're trying to have your 8th graders, graduation party with tea and coffee and all that next door? I'm not a prude. I've run a tavern for 35 years. I've been an alderman for 21 years going on it now. I've heard every stupid idea in the world. But some of these that are coming across the world right now are the stupidest ideas I've ever heard in my life. If you buy a house, you put your heart and soul and all your money into it, you don't want a hotel next to your house. And we have to put a provision in here that protects a single family residential. That is what you buy into when you buy your house. If you want one of these next door to you, please give me your address. And anything you propose, we're going to put it next door to your house first.
All right. And Alderman Vollmer, he is one of the OG alders. And this dude, he be chilling. He usually be having on a floral print shirt, you know what I'm saying? Just like posted, making jokes and everything. This dude came to the meeting. He had a full suit jacket on and a collared shirt. And he wasn't having that, y'all. He really felt a certain type of way about that. I've never seen Alderman Vollmer get this passionate, emotional, I don't know, in a full Board of Aldermen meeting. So it must really mean something to him. And after more discussion, because like I said, y'all, the Board of Aldermen talked about this for like 2 hours. So after more discussion, the Board of Aldermen approved an amendment or tweak to the bill, making it mandatory that if someone applies to operate a short-term rental in an area zone as a single family residential, then that operator will have to engage in the conditional use permit process. And this gives residents the opportunity to weigh in. If, and they can say whether they're checking for the short-term rental in their neighborhood or not. And after that change, that bill, and then there is also a companion bill too. Both of those bills were perfected, and they will head to final passage. And just like church, y'all know we have our little announcements. We got one. Please, this is the last call. This is the last call. If you have yet to complete our Transform 314 survey, make sure you do it. You got till later tonight and early tomorrow, October 17th, before it closes. Make sure you get that in before our campaign shuts down. Woo! That's it for this week, y'all. The change starts with us, and you can start by simply sharing these important conversations. So I'm going to need you to do that. Until then, y'all stay shining, and you'll see me next week.